What's happening, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to the live stream. We got D-Lo here with Shannon, Shenanigans Rips.
What's going on, everybody?
We've been chatting as we're waiting to get started. How's everybody's Saturday going? We ready for some football? I know I am. What did you think of those games last week, Shannon?
They're pretty exciting. I didn't really get to watch much because I had a family thing in Michigan, but I did get to watch the Detroit game, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
man,
so I know
they're looking
it
good.
was kind of a special thing for you, family stuff, and you were there watching with family.
Yep.
And I was able to go and watch with my dad for the first time in several weeks. He's been kind of laid up and injured, and he had been coming over every week to watch the Chiefs games with us. And after he got hurt, that prevented him from being able to do that. And so after the playoffs started, we kind of set up for me and my son to go last week and watch that game. And man, what a game that was. Those battles between Mahomes and Josh Allen are going to be epic for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
And if they keep meeting in the playoffs like this, then it's just going to continue to be fun. So we'll talk about each game individually and kind of review what our picks were for each one. In case there's anybody tuning in that maybe missed seeing our previous videos, we have done a couple each round of the playoffs so far. We did one for the wild card round matchups, just previewing the NFL playoffs overall, and we went through each matchup, talked a little bit about each one, and then made our picks, and decided to just continue that throughout the whole playoffs. And so we came back the next week, which was last week, and did it again for the divisional round. And we're having a blast doing it. I hope you guys, those that have checked it out, are enjoying it. But let's see who we've got tuning in so far. We've got Ron is here. Ron and Sean.
What's up, Sean? Jake Break. What's up, Jake?
Jake Break is in the house. How we doing? I saw your message earlier just to kind of do some, what do they call that? Some, I can't think of the term for it, but I did want to let you know, Jake Break, that I did see your email. I haven't emailed you back yet. So I'll do that as soon as we finish here. What's the word for that? House cleaning, or I don't know, something like that. Anyways, I wanted you to know that I hadn't forgotten and I wasn't ignoring you or anything like that. So definitely be messaging you. But let's see. So as we talk about each matchup here from this past week, we're gonna kind of have a highlight reel from, I don't know, NFL's YouTube account going, and we'll just hit each one at a time. But wanted to say hi everybody that has jumped in the chat here. So this is our first time doing this live. We have done the previous recorded videos that I edited and then released out there. And again, hope you guys have been tuning into those and have been enjoying those. But we were excited to come on and do it live. We were actually working out to do this and record it a few days ago. But I think, Shannon, you had some guests. You had company at your house. And so then it just, I don't know why, but it just kind of clicked in my head. And I was like, well, so far there's been games on Saturday and Sunday. So we needed to do the video during the week so I could edit it towards the end of the week and get it posted before the weekend. And I don't know. In that moment, I was like, wait a minute. There are no games on Saturday. They're both games. There's only two, and both games are on Sunday.
Right.
Why don't we just go live? Why don't we just do it live? And it was like, heck yeah, that'd be so fun. So here we are. But so yeah, kind of learning on the fly. This is our first time first time doing it live, and so we're just gonna have fun with it. But we definitely want you guys to join in the conversation. So we're just two fans. We set it up in our first video doing it. We're just two fans, not experts. Just a couple fans talking as fans to other fans that want to tune in. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for tuning into this, and we definitely want you as fans to join us in talking about football. So that's what it's all about. It's just no, Ron, we don't have anything to rip. Ron S. You
Yeah,
guys ripping
unfortunately.
anything today? Yeah, nothing to rip, but we are going to end it with some sports cars. I'm not going to give it away, but we do have some little sports card segment to throw in at the end. So um, nothing big, nothing major, just kind of a show and tell type thing. So that's all I'll say about that for now. But let's see. I am going to throw us over to, let's see here. All right. So first up, we'll start with the AFC Divisional Round matchups. The first one played was, I don't know. To me, this part of the playoffs is fun and exciting because we've already been through one round of it, and any game that's left is going to be a good game. They're all good teams, and so it's just good, fun, enjoyable football. No matter who you're rooting for, if your team's in it or not, you can count on it being a good game from here on out. And that first one was the Ravens off the bye week, and having sat a lot of their starters the week before that, week 18, and the Texans coming off of a big win, um, and kind of riding that underdog, kind of sleeper train, and just going into the playoffs with success. And um, I think they've been exciting to watch for a while. And we talked about it previously in our recent video. Like I've been high on the Texans, and you've been high on the Lions, and so like those are the two exciting teams,
Right.
that have worked their way back from being kind of not so great in recent years, recent seasons, to this year just kind of surprising everybody by even making the playoffs, having some success, but then to come into these games and play as well as they have. But so let's start off with talking about this first matchup with the. Oh shoot! See, here we go. Amateur hour,
Listen,
as we like
Sean,
to say.
we're gonna talk about it. Sorry. Sean said don't
That's fun.
spend much time talking about the second half.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you go ahead and get started. We're gonna play some highlights from the game as we talk about it. So, what were your thoughts about this game?
Well, I mean, it was enjoyable just because I picked the Ravens to win. So, uh, yeah, I mean, dude, they came out, they looked tough. Ravens looked
Yeah.
so tough. Their defense just shut Stroud down. They couldn't really even get rolling. And, I mean, they'd have a nice few passes here and there, but they couldn't get set. They couldn't get any type of momentum going. And, Ravens took advantage of it.
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, like he said, don't spend too much time talking about the second half. Like the game started out like kind of neck and neck. Oh right, we got a ad break here. Um, but yeah, I mean it was like back and forth to start, and
Yep.
I felt like the Texans had a really good defensive game plan, and I think that's one of the most important things when you're playing the Ravens this season is you have to have a game plan and you kind of have to stick to it. They started getting unlucky. They were guessing passing plays, like they were just kind of hoping that they blitzed at the right time, but they kept getting unlucky, and they would blitz.
What's up, Casey? What's up, Josh?
And like a linebacker that had been previously kind of spying and shadowing either the running back or Lamar Jackson, just waiting, kind of holding him in the pocket by being there and hovering over the middle. Well, they would blitz him, and he would run right by, maybe the running back that they got the ball handed off to him, or, Lamar running around the end, and they blitzed up the middle or stuff like that. And that just kind of backfired on them. I think if they wouldn't have been quite so aggressive trying to get that pressure there and just, made sure that they had somebody at all times. To me, that's the way you have to beat this Ravens team, is prevent Lamar Jackson at all costs from being able to run. If you take his run game away and make him a one-dimensional quarterback, relying on his arm, passing the football, then it's going to be much easier to win the game. Not that it will be easy at all, because we've talked about it previously too with that. He's never been, in my opinion, that great of a passer. But he's also never had like offensive weapons, like good receivers to throw the ball to. He's had Mark Jackson for a while now. He's been hurt recently, but will be back this week. But so for several weeks now, Isaiah Likely is a good backup tight end to have on your team. He has made some big plays, but
what's up, Space Case?
Yeah, to throw it out there. I mean, you picked the Ravens, and I picked the Texans, and I knew it was an upset pick. I was hoping that they would surprise everybody and pull it off, and to start out the game, it looked like they definitely could. I thought that with DeMeco Ryans, even though he's a first-year head coach, he's been a defensive coordinator, former player in the league, and there was a clip I saw of him like going to, I think it was in the Browns game, going to the safety and saying, "Hey, watch the quarterback, keep your eye on the quarterback." Like, he was calling out what to do, and the safety went in there and did it. And he was like, "I'm telling you, you'll pick it off. It'll be pick six. You'll be in the end zone." And he did exactly what Ryans told him to do. Pick six, took it to the house, and it was such a cool little clip. But I mean, I had confidence in his ability to come up with a game plan that could win them the game. I think they were just a tad too over aggressive at times. So it's not gonna let me skip it this time. So we get to watch Jamie Foxx for a minute here. But yeah, I mean, it started out really good, really close, and went into halftime, and I was like, they might pull this off. I was feeling good about my pick, And but yeah, then the Ravens came out in the second half, and the Texans couldn't get a stop on them, and they just ran away with it, and it ended up getting kind of ugly. But there you see, I mean, Lamar Jackson he kind of took over and continued the MVP caliber season that he's had, and just ran all over him. So it's a tough one. He's a very tough team to beat this year. So you got anything else about this one?
Nope. Like I said, I didn't get to watch much of it.
Yeah. So I think Stroud, maybe his inexperience kind of showed, in this matchup. I think that Ravens defense is one of the best in the league this year. They're super, super tough. And, the pressure after pressure.
Yeah.
Constant pressure, play after play. And yeah.
He lost his
got
composure.
him rattled for sure.
Yep. Yeah, it was a totally different Stroud this game than it was first round. You could see in first round where, I mean, he was just, cool, calm. He was, making those big plays. Yeah. And this time he was a little out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. throw this background music on.
But I think that'll come in time. I think he's going to be a great quarterback for years. I really do. First year as an NFL quarterback, taking your team to the playoffs, you can only learn from that, and you can only get better.
Right. Yeah, they're going to be an exciting team, I think, for quite a while down the line. I mean, they've got the pieces and maybe the recipe for success or whatever, like they're going to go from a kind of a sleeper team this year, surprising everybody, to, I think, for the next, 2 to 4 years being kind of in the talks of being contenders at least.
Yeah.
Maybe not Super Bowl contenders, but playoff contenders. So they're going to be right there in the mix. And, they've got a good young offense, and you pair that with a defensive coach that's really good at that, and, some studs on defense. So, yeah, they'll be fun for sure. And Stroud has just impressed the crap out of me this year. He's been fun to watch. And, yeah, it'll be exciting to see how they do after this year and moving forward. But kind of can't wait to see that. So, yep, I picked the Texans, you picked the Ravens, and of course the Ravens kind of ran away with it in the second half and moved on to they were the first ones to punch their ticket for the conference championship game. And the next matchup later that night, it was AFC, NFC, and then AFC, NFC, right? Yeah. Well, we're going to stick with the AFC and talk about who's going in to face them. And
I picked the Bills. I did. I picked the Bills to win. And I was wrong.
You picked the Bills, and I picked the Chiefs. And, I kind of joked about it from the start in the videos that the Chiefs are my team. So, pretty much bank on me picking them every step of the way. But I do try to keep my fandom out of this kind of stuff as much as possible, and make kind of good points and smart decisions. And, if there's absolutely no way that the Chiefs are going to win, then, I'll call it out and be like, I hope they win. I always hope they win, but I don't see it happening this week.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be a tough matchup, man.
It's going to be such a good game, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to talk about the one that happened first. Like I said, I picked the Chiefs. You picked the Bills. And what kind of led to your decision to go with the Bills?
I don't know. Maybe partially I wanted to go against you and see who won, and partially I thought Josh Allen was I thought he was gonna dominate, which he did. I mean, that he ran for, oh my god, 2 rushing touchdowns, I think. Don't hold me on that, but I believe it was 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, I mean, he can beat you with his legs, he can beat you with his arm. I don't know. I just thought that the Bills were going to. I didn't think they were going to just steamroll the Chiefs, but I did really think that they were going to. They were going to win. Didn't have much.
Yeah.
Do
what?
I didn't have much to base it off of, but just that. I don't know. Just, like I said, partially going against you, and partially I thought Josh Allen was going to have. Thought he was going to pull it out this time, and I was wrong too. Last week I said that they split 1-1, and I was.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs won both games.
Yeah.
So I have to do a little correction there. So now it's the 3 games.
Yeah.
3-0 against the Bills.
The Mahomes-Allen playoff matchup has happened 3 times, and Mahomes is 3-0 on them. So, but they've all been really close, really, really good games that came down to the end, And I feel like that's always going to be the case with these 2 teams. when they face each other in the playoffs, because they both have exceptional quarterbacks, and usually both have at least good defenses. This year, the Chiefs have had a really good defense, and the Bills had a good defense, but they were a little banged up. And that may have been the biggest factor of the game. I just realized I had this here, and it's playing on one screen, but not the other. So, yeah, to me, I mean, fandom aside, you look at how they played and what all happened. The biggest thing with the Chiefs, everybody knows all season long, has been what? Receivers dropping the ball. That's been their biggest downfall. And MVS, who I've said, get him off the team. Like, why is he even in a uniform? Why is he even on the sideline? You know, like,
you're not a fan.
He's a receiver that is refusing to catch the ball.
Right.
And he only had 2 catches on the game. Both catches were for more than 30 yards, and both catches were like really, really good catches.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that first one, when it happened, I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? MVS caught the ball.
I remember
I was freaking out.
Texting me. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, so I think the Chiefs made it closer than it needed to be. And there were really 2 plays that allowed the Bills to stay in it, in my opinion. First of all, again, something we've talked about a few times now. If it's Matt Nagy calling the plays, that is a change that they have to make. It will never make sense to me when you have Isaiah Pacheco, who runs angry. Like, that's what he's becoming known for, is memes on Instagram, you know, that he's punishing the ground with every step, you know, because I've never seen a style like it, but every single step of his run, his feet are just driving into that turf, you know, into the grass. And he does nothing but get positive yards. Even when there's nothing there, he's going to fight. So when you have the ball on the 3, especially when it's, I'll get to that here in a second, but it's first and goal on the 3-yard line. Mahomes is in shotgun, and the receiver goes in motion and then comes back, and it wasn't even like a shuffle pass forward or anything. Like, he pitched it over to him. And so by the time Mecole Hardman got the ball on that play, he was on like the 6-yard line. So instead of handing it to a running back that is going downhill, when you're on the goal line, we're pitching it sideways for the receiver that's running backwards away from the goal line and running all the way around to the edge. And then this is where Mecole Hardman should have been like, okay, I'm not getting in the end zone. Let's let Pacheco have this one, you know, and just go down. He did not. It was first and goal. You have at least 2 more chances. And I would have hoped 3. I would have hoped within the 3-yard line. That would have put him on the 1 if he would have just tucked it, made sure he held onto the ball and went down.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been down on the 1. It would have been second and goal from the 1. That's an easy touchdown for Pacheco. Easy. Or Edwards-Helaire, whoever they want to put in there. And, you know, so that was a huge mistake, not just running that play. Again, when you're on the 3-yard line, why are you putting a run play? Why are you calling a run play that puts the ball in a receiver's hands? Like, none of it made sense to me. But then Hardman making the mistake, you know, not just game awareness, you know, like, that was first down. You have more chances. You're right there. You know, it was almost a selfish play. He wanted to be the one to score it or something.
Yeah.
So just careless with the ball, trying to reach over and get that touchdown. Came out before he was down. At first, I was like, no, it's too close. They called him down. I don't know how they changed that, but there was one angle at the right speed that you could see the impact of his like hip touching the ground, and the ball was out. And it was like, yeah, they got it right. It was the right call for sure. Right. It was just the wrong call when it came to the play call. So if it's Nagy calling the plays, that's got to be a change that's made, and I'm sure it is. I think
Well, it's
Andy Reid used to call his own plays, and then he
yeah,
turned it over to the OC whenever Bieniemy was there.
yeah.
And I'm sure that he's still letting Nagy do it. But, man, I wish he would take it back over because they were such a better offense even when Bieniemy was there. They were a better offense when it was Andy Reid calling the plays. So I would like to see them go back to that. But Nagy just doesn't have it. It's not pretty over and over and over, just head scratcher type stuff. Like, what are you doing? Why are we running that? It's been frustrating and annoying all season. You pair that with receivers that aren't catching the ball, and that's what's made it so tough for the Chiefs offense to get anything going. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this matchup with that good Chiefs defense. So the Chiefs defense has carried them all season, and they've been a top 5 defense all season long. Excuse me. They're from front to back. They're just exceptional. Good young talent, especially in their secondary. And between L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie, like, it's hard for any passing offense to get going. And especially Sneed this season, he got snubbed on, I think, Pro Bowl and All Pro. I mean, there's some guys that are just like, what? How'd they get picked? But
Yeah.
he went all season long without allowing a touchdown, I think, and that play right there that just showed was an amazing pass. And that was Josh Allen just impressed over and over. But yeah, it was for this game, the Chiefs Bills. I mean, it was the Josh Allen show. I don't think anybody expected anything different. We said the last 2 weeks that Diggs had to show up, and yet again, he was absent from the game.
Yeah, for sure he was.
I don't know what's going to happen there. Like, I don't know what's going on there. If he just doesn't want to be there, if he's in the last year of his contract and he's just like not got the chemistry. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah, like I said, I think he just doesn't want to be there anymore. He's not even trying anymore.
Like, it's just head's not in it or something.
I feel like he did that in Minnesota too, didn't he?
I don't remember like what led to him leaving or anything, but yeah, it's been crazy to see. I mean, he has just disappeared from the offense completely. And that definitely plays a role in your success whenever your top receiver isn't even getting the ball.
Yeah.
And when he does, like, is he doing anything with it? So yeah, that's been something we've been touching on and highlighting, and it still wasn't there this game. But so Josh Allen, like he does, like he's been doing, he took it on himself. And I think an advantage the Chiefs have going into this game, since they did pull this one off and, snuck away with the win almost. The Ravens are a similar team, but better, but they're facing similar quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And so, Josh Allen is almost a mix between Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. And so, of course, he just runs like a running back. He runs a whole lot better. He's a lot faster. But they can learn from the success that Josh Allen had in this game and, use that. And there's plenty of game film, throughout the season and whatever. And Spags has done an amazing job with coming up with defensive schemes and game plans and stuff. So they've played them already. And it's another matchup that's always good. But I didn't get to my other point. There were 2 mistakes that kept the Bills in the game. That fumble by Hardman that went out of the end zone and ended up being a touchback, gave the Bills the ball instead of the Chiefs putting points on the board. That was a big mistake. And then the other one was later in the game, fourth quarter with the lead and the Bills, driving and always dangerous, and a 1-score game. And they cause a fumble. Josh Allen had ran out of the pocket, and they hit him. The ball popped out, and the Chiefs defender, again, a game awareness, situational type awareness play. You secure possession on that type of play. You don't try to scoop and score. You secure possession. You jump on it. You make sure your team recovers the fumble, and let your offense do the work. The most important thing in that situation is turnover, get the ball, make sure your team gets the ball back and has a chance to score. Instead, he tried to scoop it, and tight end for the Bills made a very heads-up play and like kind of batted at the ball, and it made it roll a little bit to where they could recover it back instead. And that kind of scared me a little bit, and it almost take that field goal, that missed field goal away, and we're going to overtime again with the Bills and the Chiefs in the playoffs. And it's like, holy crap. So yeah, they almost lost it off of a couple of big mistakes, but
Jake's right. He said that KC is going to definitely have their hands full with likely Flowers and Jackson. Yeah, it's going to – this is going to be an interesting game, I think.
I agree. It's going to be I think it's going to be a lot closer and a tougher matchup overall for both teams than the other game will, but the other game's going to be really good too. The NFC game is going to be really good. So
should we just pick our picks now?
No, let's talk about we can talk about those games a little more.
Yeah.
But just kind of on the review side of it, I picked the Chiefs, you picked the Bills, and the Chiefs won. So our AFC side of the bracket was opposite on both of those games. So one of us we said it at the end, one of us was going to be right, or one of us was going to be wrong, or it was going to be a mix. And I think it ended up being a mix. So I got the Texans pick wrong, you got the Ravens pick right, and then I got the Chiefs pick right, and you got the Bills pick wrong. So we were 50-50 split on the AFC side. But jumping over to the NFC side, let me go back here. We were both really surprised with the Packers, of course, even making it to moving on. Beating the Cowboys and making it to the second round of the playoffs. It was like, no way that just happened. Right. So for them to even be in the game was kind of amazing. But let's talk about the Niners-Packers game. I don't think pretty sure we both picked the winners right on the NFC, on both NFC matchups. But yeah, we kind of wrote the Packers off right away. And
that was 2 weeks in a row for me, though.
I know. Yeah. Again, it was like, are they going to do it again? There's no way they're beating this Niners team, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, being a Bears fan, you always love to see the Packers lose. And last week I went into it saying there's no way, just like I did the week before. Right. And like I said, man, when it was like a closer game than it should have been the whole time. I mean, I even texted you and I said, dude, if the Packers win, I'm done. I just can't do it anymore. It was so frustrating. But it was. I don't even want to say it, but they're a good young team. The Packers, they really are, and I guess the only takeaway from that is that Aaron Rodgers is no longer throwing in a Packers uniform, which is awesome because I don't know who I dislike more, the Packers or Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
So,
really?
I mean, at least it's a young quarterback. Uh, and I guess until he starts, saying he owns the Bears, then I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But if that happens, then it'll be right back to hating him.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Jordan Love. So I think the broadcasters said it. Maybe I can't remember if it was that or where I saw or heard it, but somebody made a point, anyways, that they do it right in Green Bay as far as like grooming quarterbacks. So rather than drafting a new guy and throwing him to the wolves, my stuff's lagging a little bit. I don't know why it's taking so long here, but rather than just drafting that rookie, the next guy up, and having him get in there right away, which we've seen so many teams that need a new quarterback do, and then their rookie quarterback struggle because they don't know NFL football yet,
Right.
And you look at the Packers, and they've had basically 3 starting quarterbacks over the last 20 years. I mean, they've had Deshaun Kaiser and stuff. Like, there was a little period. I think Rodgers got hurt and Kaiser had to come in for a little bit, and that didn't work out so well. But it basically went. Brett Favre was amazing for a long time, and then they drafted Aaron Rodgers, and he sat for at least a couple years. And didn't start until he was 3 or 4 years. I don't know for sure exactly, but he had time as a backup before taking the reins and becoming the new guy.
Yeah.
And good Lord, this is really struggling here. But so then Aaron Rodgers is the man in Green Bay for a long time. And then, it's getting towards the end of his contract. They start planning for the future and draft Jordan Love. And then they do the same thing. He sits and learns. And then when it's time, like, he comes in and he's successful. I mean, he's almost, he's not a rookie and it's not his first go around, but he's impressed me not quite as much as like CJ Stroud has. That's a whole lot more impressive being a rookie and the success and poise and all that he's having. But this is his first full year as the starter of the team, and that's a lot of pressure, especially when you're taking over. I'm sure Rodgers will be a Hall of Famer by the time he's done, and
hopefully not.
But you take over for a guy like that. That's a lot of pressure on you to be successful, and they didn't have the best season, but when it's mattered here at the end, they've pulled it off, and it's had a lot to do with Jordan Love making plays. So a lot of people have kind of talked crap about Brock Purdy and that he's not the guy, and he's too much of a game manager. He doesn't make plays. But then you see clips, and it's like, that was a good throw.
Yeah.
That was a really good throw. Like, he put that one right where it needed to be. It had some zing on it, or, the placement was perfect, or he escaped some pressure. And, like, he's not flashy. He's not exciting. He doesn't run his mouth, like, he doesn't put the spotlight on him.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, he's got the weapons and he gets the ball in their hands. I don't think he gets enough credit for being as good as he is.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, he doesn't have to be that Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's got so much talent around him that he just got to play his game. And that's what's going on. I mean, like you said, there's times where he'll throw a pass and just like, oof, like that was horrible. But if you think about it, there was times when Mahomes threw the ball and it was like, oh, that was a horrible throw, or Josh Allen or whatever, And
they're both. I mean, all season long, I think Josh Allen is normally right up there as a league leader in most interceptions thrown throughout the season. So I mean, they all make the mistakes,
100%.
and it's not pretty all of the time. So yeah, you've got a good point there. I mean, it's not like those guys that are considered to be the elite quarterbacks, are always perfect and always do exactly what they're supposed to.
Right, and he doesn't have to show off to win games because I mean, like I said, he's got the targets around him, and you just drop a pretty little pass right to the, just floating right into the receiver's hands, and you got Debo who's gonna, or Ayuk, or I mean,
yeah, studs.
all you have to do is manage the game.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do like that.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, he's doing his job and his role in that. He is the guy for that, and they're having success with it. I mean, you pair that with the best running back in the league, Christian McCaffrey. Like, I don't think there's any argument.
No, I don't either.
He's a force. He's unstoppable, whether it's running or catching out of the backfield. Like, the dude does it all and is the best at doing it. So I don't know why my stuff is struggling so much, but
yeah, I was kind of on that bubble with Brock Purdy where I was like, maybe this last year he had like a fluke year or whatever, but then after this year, just watching some of the games like throughout the year, it was like, I mean, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
I remember Bajent, the backup quarterback for the Bears, when he came in because Fields was hurt, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's the next Brock Purdy." Oh, if you watch this guy play, he's an okay backup, but he's not. They're like, "Oh, he's not." He was like the last pick of the draft or whatever it was, or one of the last rounds or whatever. And I'm like, "Oh no, he was undrafted. That's what it was." And it was, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm just saying, like, Purdy's got talent to be a starter in the league for a while, I think. Oh, guys, I think we lost D'Lo. Yeah, we lost D'Lo. Oh, there he is. Okay.
I hit the wrong button.
That's okay. I was like, oh, crap. We lost D'Lo. I was going to get up and do a little dance or something.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry about that. Yeah, as far as Bajent goes, or Bajent, his dad is awesome. They got to get him on, like, have you seen the clips of his dad?
He was like
interviews and stuff.
He's like
a professional arm wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the clips of him when they've interviewed him and stuff, like mid-games during his college games, he is like a natural on camera.
Yeah.
And that's pure entertainment right there. I'm surprised nobody has scooped him up and given him a shot at like a sideline reporter type gig or something.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be awesome because he's money for sure. But I was trying to get my freaking game highlight clip to play, but I can't get it to. It just keeps freezing up and spinning. But anyways,
no, we haven't picked yet. Sports cards and things. We haven't picked our picks yet.
Yeah, we're just reviewing the games for right now. The divisional round matchups. But we do want to know what your guys' picks were. So as we're talking about ours, throw who you picked to win those games in the comments. And, that's part of this. We want you guys to join in on the chat with us and give us your thoughts and opinions and insights as we're making ours, talking about it. We want to see yours in the chat. And as I see them in the chat, I'll throw them up on the screen here too. So who did you guys pick to win? I'm trying to get this highlight video to load, but it won't. Who'd you guys pick to win in the Packers-Niners game? So let us know in the chat who your picks were, and I'll throw them up as you type them in.
I hope Jake's pick was not the Packers.
Well, yeah, I would assume he's right there with you, and pick the Cowboys and pick the Niners. But I mean, Just an assumption. I don't. Probably a good guess. I'm imagining, but yeah, I think I was surprised that it was as close of a game as it was. Another force has been Aaron Jones. He was
Oh
hard to
yeah,
stop in this game. I expected the Niners defense. I expected them to be a little more shut down than they were. And so that was probably my biggest surprise of the game was that the Packers were able to move the ball as well as they were.
yeah,
But it shouldn't have been because, I saw it with the Chiefs and they just went into that Chiefs game and just did whatever they wanted to. And then they went into that first round matchup against the Cowboys and it looked the exact same. The Cowboys defense has been really good this year.
mm-hmm.
And you would have thought that all of their top defenders were hurt, but they
Right.
were all playing.
Right.
And the Packers just blew them out. And it's like, what just happened? And at one point in this game, I was questioning. I thought we were going to see like the biggest upset of the season. And the Niners get ousted from the playoffs by the Packers. I was like, surely not. There's no way that's going to happen. I mean, they were right there in it almost the entire game. And, towards the end, the Niners just kind of pulled away with it. So, we both kind of expected the Niners to win, and probably neither one of us expected it to be as close as it was. But yeah, we got that one right with the Niners pulling it off. So I know I was happy to see it, and I know for sure you were happy to see it. But Sports Cards and Things says Chiefs and Lions are his picks. Both games feel like coin flips, even if the Niners are big favorites. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me on the AFC side that the Ravens are the favorites. I mean, we'll get to that because we're going to talk about those matchups as we make our picks. But yeah, I mean, you've got a good point there. I think either team in both of these matchups could win the game. That's for sure. All right,
Which is what's going to make it harder when we have to pick who we got going to the Super Bowl.
For sure. I mean, harder for you. It's not going to be hard for me. All right, so moving on. We've got one more game to talk about, and that is the Packers going into Detroit to play the Lions. Any surprises for you in this game?
Did you say Packers? No, not Packers.
Did I say Packers? I misspeak all the time. The Buccaneers going into Detroit and playing the Lions.
Well, I made the mistake last week for but saying that the Lions were going to lose, and then they won. So this time I was going to make sure that I picked the Lions this time, and it was such a good game. Got to watch it. I got to go up to Michigan and spend time with my wife's uncle and watch the game with him, and it was a fun experience to watch it with a lifelong Lions fan, and they played good. They played good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they won. I really am.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of football fans, especially I would say, maybe fans that their teams aren't in the playoffs either anymore or didn't make the playoffs. I would expect there to be a lot of people like that are pulling for the Lions to win.
Yeah.
There were probably a lot of fans like that were pulling for the Texans to win. But this Lions team is fun to watch, and they're pretty well rounded, I think. I mean, their defense can give up chunks of plays at times, but Aiden Hutchinson is fun and disruptive, and they've got a really good rookie linebacker in Campbell, and a decent secondary. So their defense definitely holds their own in most games, and that offense has a lot of young weapons with
Yeah.
a now veteran, a veteran kind of game manager type quarterback again
Yeah.
in Jared Goff. You know, he's that type of quarterback that you can rely on to do what he needs to do to find a way to win.
For sure.
And he is smart with the ball. You know, he probably in recent memory, anyways, not just kind of a homer type of pick here, but Alex Smith for a while he finished up with the Chiefs, like he became known as one of the best game manager type quarterbacks in the league. And you know, Jared Goff kind of reminds me a lot of Alex Smith. He can run when he needs to, but puts the ball, like his accuracy is very, very good. He's not going to take like big shots downfield. It's not going to be anything flashy or, you know, whatever. But he finds the right guy at the right time to make the play that needs made. And the offensive weapons they have, they've got like one solid veteran wide receiver in Josh Williams. And other than that, I mean, you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is like second or third year in the league. I want to say it's maybe third year, but a good young receiver there. I think it's third year because Jameson Williams is his second year.
2022, I think it was his rookie year.
Yeah.
Brown.
So him and Williams were together then?
I believe so, yeah. Together? I think I'll double check, but I'm almost certain.
So, okay. Either way, I mean, between Jameson Williams and St. Brown, and then at running back with the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery, who has just come in there and lit it up all season. Like they've been a fun duo, running back duo to watch. And
2021.
21. I thought it was the year before. So it was St. Brown 1 year and then Williams the next year. And, you know, so those guys are now second and third year. A young receiver group that is solid and, you know, can make big plays. And a couple of good young running backs with a good veteran quarterback. And they went from being like a team that couldn't win to, you know, kind of America's favorite team right now. So, you know, that underdog type that a lot of people like to root for. So they're a fun team. I would love to see them go into San Francisco and win this one. That would be a lot of fun. I know that's what probably a lot of people are rooting for. Again, especially if their teams aren't in. But the Bucs kind of, to me, were the surprise team of the playoffs right there with the Packers almost. Maybe even more surprising because, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the comeback player of the year? I know DeMar Hamlin went through a lot and, you know, came back and played this year, but he only played in like a handful of games.
Yeah.
And like, I think to qualify for that, it's all just, you know, I don't know that it necessarily means anything significant, you know, it's just kind of like a cool thing to win.
Right.
But,
no Goff's on there.
They should, in my opinion, like put a minimum games played to qualify for that, you know?
Right.
Because, to me, Baker Mayfield went from being the scout team quarterback on the Panthers to surprising everybody by having success and leading the Bucs to the playoffs and, you know, getting that first round win and moving on. And they were solid. I mean, this was another exciting game that was back and forth for most of the game. And a lot of that had to do with Baker.
Right. Yeah.
He's looking impressive.
He was very impressive this year. And you know what? I mean, I always liked Baker Mayfield. Even his really corny commercials. I really enjoyed watching him play, and I was glad that he didn't turn out to be like who's that other first rounder they got, Johnny Manziel.
Oh yeah.
It turned out to be a Manziel, but yeah, he had a good year, a fun year. I'm happy for him, but I'm glad that I'm glad the Lions won, and
Yeah.
it's the whole Detroit area, or the whole Michigan. I'm sure they're just ecstatic over this team, and
For sure, yeah.
we
And
are.
that's what's made it fun is knowing what it means to the city itself. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, probably a big reason why Barry Sanders retired early like he did is just because they traditionally aren't a team that does a whole lot to improve their team, it seems like. And they've been such a huge disappointment just year after year. I think if you look at it over the last 25 years, like, they may be the worst team in the league over that time.
yeah.
That's just pure guess, just kind of going off of
Believe they were.
memory and success goes. But
I believe they were the first winless team, right? I remember that
you may
correctly.
be right. Somebody in the chat let us know for sure if you do know for sure. I know they were at least in the running for it. I can't remember if they ended up getting one win that season or not. But yeah, I mean, just year after year, over and over, they're horrible. And so for this fan base to actually see the team having success and being exciting to watch, and moving on deep into the playoffs is really, really cool. And okay, there we go. Thanks, Aaron.
There you go.
Yeah, they were 4-0 that preseason, and then 0-16 in the regular season. So
I was gonna say, I thought
Yeah.
they went 0-16,
Yeah.
but I mean, that was just a few years ago, right? I mean, less than 5, I believe. So you're talking, 5 years later, and here they are, winning the NFC North, and now one win away from the Super Bowl. What an amazing
with
turnaround.
the chance of winning that and making the Super Bowl. So yeah, it's cool to see. I know, like you said earlier, it's going to be hard on this pick for me, just because it's where do you pick who makes sense, or do you pick the more fun team that you want to win?
Right.
And that's a tough one to pick. But that aside, I mean, you look at how good the teams are and who actually might have a chance to win. And, I mean, they could definitely pull it off, especially with last week's game and how close the Packers were to eliminating the Niners from moving on. So
yeah, it's true.
So
I mean,
they could definitely do it.
100%. They're beatable. They look like they were beatable against the Packers. So, they have a good chance. They have a good chance to come in to San Francisco and beat them. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tougher than the last few rounds, who they faced, but there is a chance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, Aaron, Sports Cards and Things has a good point. Probably the only worse team than the Lions over the last 25 years has been the Browns. Yeah, they're definitely right there as 1 and 2. That's for sure. But, it makes it fun seeing them go into this year's playoffs and having the success that they're having, and it's very, very hard to root against them. So let's make our picks, and then we'll call it a show. We'll start with let's start with the NFC side, since there's more to the AFC side, at least for one of us. So I don't know, what do you have any points about the game that kind of lead up to your pick and why you're picking them?
Did you say NFC?
Yeah, NFC.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Lions Niners for the NFC Championship.
Yep. So my pick, I'm going to pick the Lions. I know that I said, from right before week 1, my pick for the Super Bowl was the 49ers. But after watching this team
No, they're in my pocket.
just doing work, and after watching how the Packers just about beat the 49ers, I think the Lions have a really, really good shot to go into San Francisco and take away a win. And they just got to keep playing like they're playing. The defense really needs to step up, though. I mean, you got four offensive weapons to cover, as opposed to just maybe one or two in Tampa and a couple in the Rams. So the defense is really have to step up, have a little bit of shutdown on these receivers. I don't care how many people you throw at Christian McCaffrey. He's going to have Christian McCaffrey football, and but I think the Lions are going to go in there. I think they've got momentum, and I think they've, like you said, they've got all these non-Lions fans that are supporting them and got their back, and I think they're gonna pull a win out in San Francisco.
Right on. Yeah, I can see that happening. This was, I mean, like Sports Cars and Things said a minute ago. This is almost kind of a coin flip.
Yeah, Ryan, we're still at it, bud.
It's a tough one for me because I kind of led into it a minute ago. Like, do I pick who I think is going to win, or do I pick who I want to win? Because it's kind of two different teams, Like, I think the Niners are just a little bit better than Detroit. I mean, it's in San Francisco, so it's a home game for them. That's going to make a difference. You've got all those weapons on that Niners offense. And, I think it was questionable whether Debo was going to play. And I think the most recent thing I saw said that he was going to be active for the game. So,
well, that's good.
So, yeah, if he's back and, you've got him and Ayuk with Kittle and CMC, like, they're just so hard to stop. You can't ever count them out. And then you pair that with an exceptional defense. They kind of let the Packers. I don't know. They looked soft against the Packers for whatever reason last week, but I don't know. To me, they're a team you can't ever just count out. But then again, you look at the Detroit team coming in there, and they've been a fun one all season. They've had really good success all season, and
don't forget they've got weapons too. I mean, they're not as big weapons as San Francisco, but with St. Brown and Montgomery and Gibbs and Laporta, I mean, they've got some weapons too. So
oh yeah, and that's what makes this one such a coin flip type game. Like, either pick could be right, and
right.
Looking at it, it doesn't feel like there's any right or wrong answer. So you're kind of just taking a 50-50 shot and kind of going with your gut on it. And for me, it's hard to pick against the Niners. So I think we might have opposite picks completely on these two games. Because I have a feeling I know how you're going to pick. But yeah, I'm picking the Niners at home. Kind of ending the Lions Cinderella story season. And unfortunately, because I do want to see the Lions win. It's not so much that I want to see the Niners win. I want the Lions to win. I just think that the Niners are going to. So
right.
So that's my pick on that side of it. Since we're on my pick screen already.
What do you guys in the chat think too? What do you guys think about?
Yeah.
What are your picks?
Who do you have as far as the NFC side goes while we start to talk about the AFC side? Do you have the Lions or the Niners moving on to the Super Bowl? So for me, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows what to expect. I'll go ahead and click them in there, but talk a little bit about why. Um, they've played each other over the past couple of seasons. I mean, at least a couple times, and the Chiefs, they're a different monster in the playoffs. Like playoff Pat comes out big time, and I don't know. I can't think as a non-Chiefs fan because I've been one my whole life, so I don't know how non-Chiefs fans think. But even in a tough matchup like this, I don't know how anybody picks against Patrick Mahomes. I mean, other than like he's about to pass Tom Brady as the most successful playoff quarterback of all time already. And he's been so many insane stats. Like in his first 4 seasons, he broke almost every quarterback record there was, and he's been a starter for, was it 6 seasons now? I think this is his 6th year as the starter, and he has led his team to 6 AFC Championship games. Like, and 5 Super Bowls, or 4 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowls out of 6. And so it's like, how do you pick against a guy like that? It just blows my mind how, the only thing is the Ravens team that they're playing being as good as they are. So, again, I can see a lot of people considering this one to be somewhat of a toss-up. But, the Chiefs fan side of me is just like, how do you pick against them? I don't know how you do. I mean, it's going to take an exceptional game from Lamar. They do have Mark Andrews coming back, and Sports Cards and Things touched on it a minute ago. The weapons they have, I mean, I mentioned it in the last video, OBJ's like second coming. He's been insane this season. And then their rookie, Zay Flowers, has been phenomenal. Likely has just stepped right in, and it's like, Mark Andrews who?
Right.
But so they go double tight end with those two on the outside, those 2 wide receivers, and then plus a really good run game to match now. Without factoring in Lamar Jackson and his running ability. So they've got a really good offense, and then their defense is just so hard to move the ball against and score against. So the Chiefs' run defense is going to have to step it up and be really good. They're going to have to be on point, and the offense is going to have to come out just firing and clicking just like they did against the Bills. It's in Baltimore, so this game could go either way, but for obvious reasons, I'm picking the Chiefs. And my Super Bowl matchup picks are the Chiefs versus the Niners. So I think you're going to be opposite of me, if I'm guessing right. So who you got? What you think?
You said, how can anybody bet against them, right? I'll tell you how. Matt Nagy's your play caller, and you have one good wide receiver. That's how I could bet against him. I think that this Ravens team is going to, I hate to say it, but I think they're going to dominate. I think it's going to be, it's going to be a butt whooping. I think Lamar Jackson is, he's gonna put up some crazy numbers on the ground. I don't know, and I don't have nothing to back it up, but it's just like you said, gut. And I think that I just think that it's going to be okay. Let me not say it's going to be a butt whooping. I don't think it's going to be like a 30-0.
You already said it. It's too late to take it back.
it's already there. It's in the internet. But no, I mean, it's not going to be a 30-0 game, but I think this defense is the Ravens defense is going to be just all over Mahomes. He's gonna be flushed out. He's gonna be doing these crazy sidearm
which
throws.
is how they've had success all season. The success
Yeah,
that they've had.
but he
So
also misses a lot of them too. So he's gonna miss his
no,
target.
he made the throws. It's the receivers that missed the catches.
There you go. And
Until last week.
what's that?
Until last week.
Yeah. Well, last week, yeah. I mean, the Chiefs, dude. You got Rashee Rice. That dude is a stud. He's gonna be so good. But then you just don't have. I mean, you don't have a solid number two. You know what I mean? Like, Harmon is. I mean, he may be. I don't think so. Scantland, no. And unfortunately, Travis Swift is going to have to. What's his name? Kelsey? Yeah, he's going to have to have another big game like last week. He finally had a really good game last week, which was nice to see. Killed me in my fantasy leagues, but at least in the playoffs he's showing up. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a Ravens win, whether it's by 30 or by 3. I'm going to change my story altogether. It's not going to be a butt whooping. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I just feel like the Ravens are going to win it. And I want to totally be
either way. So you're saying either way, the Ravens are winning. It might be a blowout or it might be close.
Exactly. Awesome thought process on that one, right?
That's funny.
What's up, Sly?
So I mean, I think hey Sly, what's up? Yeah, the Chiefs, everybody showed up to play last week, and that was really, really good to see. So where they kind of, I think, almost led the league in drops. I don't know that they had a single drop last week. So that was very, very encouraging. There are some guys that they need to get the ball to more, just to White Sox thought process, Sly says.
Thanks, Sly.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's where the Chiefs blinders were put on for a second there. I can see why somebody would pick the Ravens. I mean, either team could win this one. I don't, by any means, any stretch of my imagination, think that either team is going to blow the other one out. The Chiefs' defense has been, I think it's been Browns number one, and then like Chiefs and Ravens are right there behind the Browns as far as 2 and 3. Both were a top 5 defense pretty much all season long, and so if anything, this might be a little bit lower scoring of a game. I think if anybody's picking the Chiefs to get blown out, they're not giving their defense near enough the credit that they deserve. The success that Lamar's had throwing the ball, he's going to have a hard time having that same success in this game. Those two corners between Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed are insanely talented. But then the lesser-known guys have stepped up and played really well and done their job too. They've got a really good front, a really good linebacker group. So, they're going to have their hands full and their work cut out for them. But I definitely think that they can do it.
That's the crazy thing about the Raven, or about Jackson too, is that he'll throw a defense off like crazy. I mean, if they stop his throws, then he just runs. You know what I mean? Like, then the defense has to they have to replan because now he's burning us with his feet. And then when you that's tough.
Yeah.
That's
what game plan is going to matter in this, and they just got done playing another team that is very similar.
I was just going to say that
does most of the work with their legs. So I mean, they can improve on what their game plan was going into the Bills game, and have an even better shot at playing better against the Ravens. So,
But they,
that was almost a good warm-up game for them coming
right,
into this one.
right. Well, they definitely got to figure something out because, I mean, they didn't seem to stop Josh Allen, on the ground, and Lamar is a much better runner than Allen. So they've really got to figure it out.
I got to throw this on here. Sly, you just weren't here early enough. I said I think the Niners are going to win, but I want the Lions to win. You might have missed that part. It's not that I don't think the Lions won't win. I think the Lions can win.
He just doesn't have enough faith in the Lions, Sly. I do.
It's not that.
I do, brother.
It's not that. I really, really hope the Lions win. I really hope they do. And that one is going to be super close and hard to call. So I can see that one going either way more than I can see this one going either way, but I can see them both, That's what makes this time of the year fun and this point of the playoffs fun is you're down to the two best teams on each side, and either one of them can do it. So,
yeah.
So the fun thing about this is our Super Bowl picks are the complete opposite, which is what I thought they were going to be. So I've got Chiefs, Niners, and you've got Ravens, Lions.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. Yep. And I can't wait to watch these games this weekend. So there we go.
Gonna be fun.
All right. So we're going to end it by showing some of our either best or favorite cards that we have in our collection.
Football cards.
And football cards. So we don't have any packs to rip or anything. I don't have a scene set up in this deal for my card table. So I don't know what you have planned, but I'm just going to hold the cards up in front of my face cam here to show them. But do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I've only got 3 because primarily baseball is obviously my thing to collect, but I do have a couple. I got actually a couple that you sent me, D'Lo.
Right on.
So my first one is, how's that look? Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's a black and silver prism of Justin Fields. This is rookie card.
Very nice.
So you sent me that one. You also sent me this one. It is a Shining Stars rookie of Justin Fields, that acetate card.
Yep.
So cool that's card. But then my all-time favorite is Emmett got me this card for birthday present right after DJ Moore signed with the Bears. So it's a DJ Moore
nice.
auto.
Heck yeah, that's a cool one.
So that's probably my most favorite.
Very cool. Yeah, so I just picked out some of my best and favorite Chiefs cards that I have. I do have a cool Amon-Ra rookie auto that I pulled out of a blaster, I think. Yeah, so I do have that one. Yeah, it was crazy. But I'm with you. I rip mostly baseball. I do want to get more football and rip more football, like here on the channel and just for my collection and stuff. But yeah, huge Chiefs fan, and I've acquired some cards of my favorite players. I've always been an offensive guy. Like when I played in high school and stuff, I was a wide receiver. I've always loved the offense, and I consider myself and my mind like an offensive mind. I always wanted to be a coach and be an offensive coordinator and that kind of thing. But oddly enough, like as a fan, for some reason I tend to like really like the defensive players a whole lot, and so I'm working on putting a collection together for this guy, and that is L'Jarius Sneed. He is becoming one of the best in the league. That doesn't want to focus. There we go. So I've got his base rookie card from Select. That would be 2020 Select. So look on picking up some of his rookie cards, and I think I pulled that one. And one of my other guys, in my opinion, one of the most underrated linebackers in the league, still, even though he's kind of I think he led the league in tackles as a rookie, or at least the rookies that season. But anyways, Nick Bolton is one of my guys on that Chiefs defense. Picked up that color match red cracked ice there.
Nice.
Rookie card. So really like that one a lot. And I pulled this one. So one of the first things I did getting back into the hobby was I was hitting eBay and buying the mystery packs. And to me, those were fun. And I found one of the eBay stores where you could get a team mystery pack. And so
nice.
I bought a Chiefs pack. It was like guaranteed to have like 3 numbered cards and an auto or something like that. And my autograph happened to be a Nick Bolton rookie auto.
Nice.
So on the Mojo. So sweet card. It is Prism, and he's in, the Mizzou college uniform and stuff there. But I was happy to add that to my collection. I wasn't expecting to get that one, but that kind of started my my Nick Bolton PC, putting that together. And then even more than L'Jarius Sneed, I'm really high on Trent McDuffie. In my house, when I'm watching the games, I call him T McD. And when he makes a play, I get excited. I'm like, attaboy T. That's T McD right there. But picked up that one. Most of these are off of eBay. I just kind of look for deals and pick those up. That's maybe the Pandora, I think, parallel. No, I don't know what that one's called. But numbered to $2.99, just a cool looking card. Nice. And these were mostly a couple bucks, and so too good of a deal to pass up on. We got the Spectra. These are some of his rookie cards there, but that one is really cool, nice and colorful with the the cracked ice looking background. So cool card there. That was the most recent one I got. And then I do have a couple of autographs of his, some rookie autos. So picked up the rookie script or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's script,
out of Mosaic. And don't think that one's numbered. Yeah, I don't think that one's numbered, but liked it a lot. And again, I got them for really cheap. I only get them if I can get a good deal on them. And picked this one up. It is numbered to $349, and it is my favorite set in football, Luminance. So Trent McDuffie on Luminance there. He is in his college uniform, but again, I love the Luminance product. That's the only thing I wish was different with Luminance, is that the rookies were in their NFL uniform.
Right.
But some of my favorite older cards that I have, I've got this one that is, some players that finished their career or played for the Chiefs late in their career that were all-time greats. First up, we've got Marcus Allen with Greg Hill.
Nice.
Greg Hill, maybe a little lesser known, but always loved having Marcus Allen on the Chiefs as a young Chiefs football fan. And so that's kind of, I don't know if you can see it real well, but the gold protege there, pretty cool card. And then I've got a insert action-packed ABC's Monday Night Football with Joe Montana. So
nice.
Pretty cool older card there. Monday Night Football game against the Broncos there on September 20th of 1993. So just kind of an all gold background.
I did forget once you're done. I did forget I had a couple more. I'll show them after you're done.
Okay. Well, I only have one more. So this is now my new favorite Chiefs card in my collection. I didn't even know this set existed until I found it, but it's like I can't even remember the name of it now. But it's from 1992 AW Sports. And it's like National Pride or something like that. And so every card has this American flag design on it.
I love it.
And Derek Thomas is my all-time favorite Chiefs player. And so whenever I found this on eBay, Again, picked it up for just a couple bucks, but I would have paid even more for it if I had to, because like I said, he's my all-time favorite. And when I saw that card, I was like, yeah, that's got to come into my PC. So I scooped that one up, and yeah, very happy to have that one. Love that card.
That's an
So
awesome.
that's my Chiefs card collection. Some of my favorite cards.
All right, so I just got 3 more. I forgot that I had these. This one is out of 2020 Phoenix. It's a Cole Kmet rookie.
There you go.
It looks like a prism refractor type of a look to it. I know the camera isn't really showing it very well, but
oh yeah, I see the Phoenix logos in the background there.
Yep. So that one was pretty
almost
cool.
Like a logo fractor look to it.
Yeah. My buddy Stiggy gave that one to me. Then I got these. I got a Rookie of the Year Trevor Lawrence rookie card.
Nice.
We got 2021 rookie, and then I got another one. I pack pulled this one out of Score. Good old
Is that
Score.
The base?
Yeah, just the base. Yep.
The base, yeah.
And then I got.
You can't go wrong with a Trevor Lawrence rookie card.
Right. Then I got this Justin Jefferson rookie rush. It's the red foil.
Nice.
So yeah.
Is that out of Rookies and Stars?
Yes.
Or is it Score?
Rookies and Stars.
Rookies and Stars. I love that set.
Yeah.
Those blasters are amazing. I need to get some more of those too. I mean, they're like 35 bucks, and there's a guaranteed hit in them.
Right.
So yeah, that's a fun. That's probably my favorite retail product for sure. But anyways, yeah, looking forward to the games on Sunday, tomorrow, I guess. And I know we'll both be watching, and I'll be texting. We're gonna head over and watch the game with my dad again. So
nice.
So yeah, I'll text you from there. We're just gonna stay there for the Chiefs game, and then I'll be probably watching the Niners-Lions game here at home. And
nice.
Then we'll come back next week and do it all over again. Surely be a lot shorter than an hour and a half is where we're at now. But it's always fun just sitting and chatting and talking sports.
So are we going to do what we had talked about originally, or?
Sure, yeah. Let's we can go ahead and announce that too.
Okay.
Yeah, so our plan is, no matter what happens, I mean, we've got a week in between.
Right.
You know, after this week's games, there will be the Pro Bowl events and stuff that happen next weekend. And then the weekend after that, the Sunday after that, will be Super Bowl Sunday. And we are planning to do a live stream watch party. So, of course, won't have the game up on the live stream, but we'll probably do this exactly like we're doing right now with the chat on the screen. And just kind of watching together and live reacting and, you know, talking about the game as it's going on, and, you know, which will be fun since our picks are completely different. And,
absolutely.
You know, either way on the NFC side, you know, I think we'll both be all right with that. But especially if the Ravens do pull it off and beat the Chiefs to make the Super Bowl, then I will be rooting for the NFC team. I can already tell you that. So, so it'll be fun for sure. But so look forward to that. If you don't have plans for Super Bowl Sunday, if you're not hosting a party or going to a party and you're just going to be hanging out at home, we'll have it out there. We'll promote it on, you know, our community tabs here on YouTube and social media leading up to it. But yeah, come hang out, chat the game and Super Bowl commercial watch party. I mean, I don't know if that's allowed or not, but we'll at least react to the commercials too.
Yeah, they haven't been all that great.
Yeah, it's gone downhill.
So it should be interesting.
It used to be a lot better, but
oh yeah, they used to be great.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow's games, and then actually the Pro Bowl events too. I like that that it's all like competition events now. The game itself just got to be a joke, where it's like, why are we playing? Why are they playing the game? Like, nobody's trying hard, and it means nothing. It's just silly stuff. And the competition event stuff is way more entertaining. So I'm looking forward to watching that as well. But yeah, the games, this weekend's games and then the Super Bowl, it'll be a lot of fun, especially doing the live stream watch party. So looking forward to all of that.
Not much longer after that, spring training, buddy.
That's right. Then we'll be on to the baseball season.
Oh, right, buddy, can't wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got plans coming up too after all this is done. So just stay tuned for more announcements and more to come. And we look forward to doing it. And hope to see you guys tuning into the videos and that live stream watch party. We'd love to have you and hang out with us and talk Super Bowl and react to the game and all that stuff. Do that with us and just have fun watching the game together. So, yeah. I've got a busy rest of the day planned. I don't know if you've got anything going on, but I do need to take off. So,
all right, man. Well,
yeah, it's been fun. It's always fun. I enjoy doing this with you, and I appreciate you joining me. And
go Ravens!
Look forward to talking these matchups after they happen.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will.
Thanks for being in the chat, everybody. Sly, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Ron, Aaron.
Sports Cards and Things, yep. Everybody jumping in and participating, and it's always appreciated. But, yeah, stay tuned. Look forward to the next one. And until then, have a good one, everybody.
See you guys.